just temper your expectations for Eddie. He is a second-rate striker, respectfully, playing against the best team in the country.
This Eddie up top experiment just needs to stop. He needs to sit down for a couple of games, and we need to try new things. I don't know what you think. Like Eddie, it just feels like the chapter's coming to a close.
Yeah. Look, I don't think anyone was under any guise or different impression that even when we gave him that long-term contract a year or so ago now, it was pretty much just to secure his value. This guy is a good player. Like, he's a good squad option. We've seen him come in and help us in times of need when our striker and Gabriel Jesus last season was gone, and Jesus was scoring goals. I remember quite confidently when we were starting Nketiah, I said this guy's gonna outscore Gabriel Jesus of what Jesus was on at the time, which he did. He passed Jesus, but ultimately, like, again, I think this is Arsenal fans, and this isn't me defending him, because I agree that we need to move on from him.
This sounds like you're defending him.
This isn't me defending him, but again, this is like I always say. You can hold me to this. We expect too much out of him. We expect far too much out of him. Like, who do you think he is? He is Eddie Nketiah, and he tries, and look at the attributes you say. He put himself about, he ran his socks off and stuff. You haven't mentioned anything about technical ability. In fact, you said that his first touch was haphazard. So I'm not under any impression that I expect the world from this guy or anything. Like, I don't even expect half the world from him. You see what I mean? Like, I think Arsenal fans think, right, if he's starting in the Arsenal team, then he should be of a certain stature, which to some degree I do agree with myself. But like, we have to be realistic. We can't have two, like we're having two goalkeepers now, like first team. We can't have two nines that are, of equal world-class quality about. Like, we can't. So this is what you have. Like, the best you're gonna get is a Gabriel Jesus, and then who my select striker would be Ivan Toney, like waiting in the wings, and that's a different kind of striker that can bring something different, especially, and can kind of, we can play a different way if need be. I said today as well, maybe Havertz should have started up top and not Nketiah. Like, I just feel like we expect far too much out of this guy. And even before, when there was a thing of Nketiah, one thing I will say, before, when there was a thing of, not having so high expectations with Nketiah, I think he was coming in, starts the game, start Eddie and he'll score. Cool. We're not getting that now. So now Eddie, yes, you have to go under the microscope. You have to be looked at, because the one thing that was the attribute that, kept you alive and kept you in the team and kept the opportunities coming was that you were scoring goals at least when you were starting games. And now that's not been happening. So now it's like, yes, what is your worth? Because we know you're not enough the bench. You don't impact the game. You scored one goal off the bench against Fulham, I think, in however many off the bench appearances. So look, I think everyone just temper your expectations for Eddie. He is a second-rate striker, respectfully, playing against the best team in the country. Like, we can't ask him, until Martinelli came on, none of these men done nothing up front. So I can't really, it's just, unfortunately, the manager chose to start him when we should have probably done Trossard up top and someone else out wide to start, maybe. So he'll get a bit of flack, but he's just Eddie for me. He's holding a position until this summer, and if it doesn't happen this summer, fire on the mountain. But this summer he will be, either replaced or pushed down the ranks within the squad.
I hear that, and maybe, like you said, I think what the problem is. I think it's, like you said, we expect too much, and when we have injuries and we have to rely on some of our backups, it's fine. Like you said, when we've spoken previously about when it's 2-3 games, Eddie comes in, he does amazing. Back in the day, you'd have your El Nenis, your Johan Juru. You know what I mean? They come in, they do a job, and you're just like, oh, they're not too bad. Then game 4, game 5, game 6, you start to remember why they used to stay on the bench. And I think that's what I'm explaining, is that I'm remembering why he's on the bench. And the more pressing issue, which I push back on myself on, is because we have other options. Again, I'm, with my limited experience and understanding of the game, we still have players like Smith Rowe. You have Trossard, you can play down the middle. You have players who you could fit into other slots to allow other players to move around when someone's not showing you that they're not doing it consistently. Again, I'm sure if we look at the minutes, Eddie's probably got to be top 5 for minutes this season. So I just feel like, we've got to try something else, because this guy isn't giving us what we believe he could give us, which is goals when he starts, which he hasn't done now for a while. And people are like, oh yeah, he won a penalty against Crystal Palace, he won a penalty against Bournemouth. That's good, but again, like, our barometer at Arsenal can't be he's winning penalties. I'm sorry. So I'll leave off of Eddie from there. I'll leave him from there. But anyway, something to think about.